Recently, a latest topic has aroused the interest of people of different religious, intellectual, and social backgrounds due to the spread of this phenomenon in the world. Acceptance of the LGBT community has become open and visible, and their society is no longer closed, but rather declared. And with the support of some organizations and financiers of these groups, they impose their own agenda on those who reject this community, and thus cross the lines of the freedom of others. From stalking, legal persecution, and moral stigmatization to the highest levels of social, legal, political, and ethical support. What is the history of LGBTQ people and why they started to exist globally in every aspect of life? Social media, TV shows, and even in school curriculum. Have you ever wondered what the Q in LGBTQ stands for? Or what do the other letters mean? Well, for those who don't know, LGBTQ stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender. The Q can stand for questioning, as in still exploring one's sexuality, or queer, or sometimes both. They are terms used to describe people's sexual orientation or gender identity. Corrective rape, physical violence, imprisonment, and murder lets visualize the unequal treatment of LGBTQ people throughout history. Homosexuality, especially same-sex relationships between men, was considered deviant, sinful, and even criminal. For hundreds of years, there's been a concentrated effort to force gay people to be straight by trying everything from therapy. Historically, many religions have treated LGBTQ as second-class citizens by their own country and government with limited rights. The first known case of homosexual activity receiving a death sentence in North America occurred in 1566. Also, laws criminalizing cross-dressing that spread like wildfire in many countries. For instance, a person who we would today call a transgender man was arrested for masquerading in men's clothes. In the late 19th century, psychiatrists and doctors began to address homosexuality too, and labeled same-sex desire in medical terms. A phenomenon that would later be known as conversion therapy, a set of pseudoscientific techniques designed to quash LGBTQ people's sexuality and make them conform to society's expectations of how they should behave. Actually, social movements and organizations around the acceptance and the rights of persons who might today identify as LGBT or queer began as responses to centuries of persecution by church, state, and medical authorities. For a while, most LGBTQ have been raised in an organized religion and many continue to cherish their faith. However, within nearly every religious denomination, there are now supportive groups that have adopted different interpretations about LGBTQ people. As society shifts to be more accepting of LGBTQ people, many other denominations are starting to become LGBTQ inclusive. The important question is, how do public schools brainwash young kids with harmful LGBTQ ideology? Let kids be kids. Protests have taken place in the UK aimed at preventing schools from teaching children about LGBTQ rights and relationships. The objections are largely based on a misconception that the school is somehow brainwashing children. Elementary school teachers are putting words on the blackboard like non-binary and transgender even before kids have learned multiplication. Children as young as 5 are being encouraged to disregard their anatomy and choose their gender based on their feelings. A book school libraries offer for kids ages 4 to 8 reads, "This is Ruthie. She is a transgender girl." The protesting parents explain that their girls were coming home from school asking whether it is true they can be boys, with boys as young as 4 asking whether it is true they can be girls. Well, what do you know? Do animated films perpetuate misconceptions in our lives? Actually, cartoons might be the left's new weapon to target kids. Let's take, for instance, the popular British show for children called Peppa Pig has introduced its first same-sex couple. 2 lesbian polar bears following years of calls for more LGBTQ characters on the show. The episode inevitably elicited mixed reactions from adults on social media. Many support the move. They believe that diverse representation is an important element of children's TV, while others expressed anger and concern that portraying LGBTQ+ characters would negatively impact or confuse children and is not age appropriate. Welcome to the Disney Kids Club, who has long been suspected of hiding subliminal sexual messages in its animated films. Who says homosexual couples can't live happily ever after? Probably one of the most popular characters ever in the Disney canon, Timon and Pumbaa touch upon issues such as gay adoption and religion, as they save poor little Simba from almost certain death. Let's take another look. What's the controversy over Lightyear? Our favorite childhood movie, Toy Story, has so far been banned from 13 countries for including lesbian marriage and a kiss scene. No wonder, the company announced that it aims by the end of this year that at least half of the cartoon characters they present will be gay or transgender, which has sparked fear among parents. That aims to change the thinking of children at a critical stage in the formation of their cognition and biological development. Since films should be made to teach them more important things such as kindness, tolerance, and helping others, don't you agree? Questions have been raised about why Netflix is leading the way when it comes to LGBTQ+ representation on TV. What we do know, though, is that Netflix certainly possesses the financial backing to fund LGBTQ+ storytelling, without fearing any kind of boycott or shock, and that it's very easy for it to fill potential gaps in the market and attract the audience with those stories. I get that people should support LGBTQ people, but why does every new TV show have at least one gay guy or girl? Some drew attention to Netflix and its penetration into minds through conscious and entertainment to spread homosexuality by deceiving viewers and desensitizing them to make homosexuality the normal rule, and warned that whoever controls the media controls minds. Also, how the media has helped change public views about LGBTQ people. Many researchers show that the media can play a role in shaping public opinion, affecting the views of more impressionable, younger individuals. Since people's attitudes about gays and lesbians have changed dramatically over the past decade, increases in representations of gay people in news, television, and movies started in the 1990s and have continued to increase over the past 3 decades. They were featured in popular shows and later on spread to shows for teenage audiences. Media portrayals of new issues and previously marginalized people are an understudied dimension of the ways ideas, values, and principles are spread, transnational as well as within countries. We all agree with raising awareness about LGBTQ rights and relationships. By explaining the existence of LGBTQ people rather than brainwashing and proselytizing a way of life. We all come from diverse cultures. That describes one's family values, religious groups, and beliefs. And so this leaves me with the question for you watching this. Does the LGBTQ community have the right to impose the ideology among other people's beliefs and lifestyle? Waiting for your answers in the comments below. Do not forget to subscribe and hit that like button so you can receive more topics. Thanks for watching.